Alrighty, good morning, evening, afternoon. Today I'm on the Geibi line, one of Japan's least profitable railways, with this specific section losing over 20,000 yen for every 100 yen it earns. So today I'm going to be riding the line start to finish, taking a look at the areas, talking to the locals and seeing if it's a place worth exploring and keeping, or if it's destined to be closed. So it's 3 o'clock in the morning and I've taken the Shinkansen all the way to Hiroshima Station. That's because that's the western start of the Geibi line, the line we'll be taking today. I've had to wake up really early because although the start of the line has, a reasonable amount of trains, the place which we're really going to be exploring today has around like 4 or 5 trains a day in the direction we're taking. So yeah, we're going to have to just get there as early as possible to see as many places as possible, really. So I've had to sacrifice my Saturday morning for this, so be grateful.
Passengers going to the Sanyo, Kure, Kabe, and Geibi lines, please change trains here at Hiroshima.
Alright, and we're at Hiroshima Station. I've not actually been to Hiroshima since the very first time I came to Japan back in like 2022, I think, but not much time to dwell on that because we need to change trains. We've got about 15 minutes.
The Super Express, Kodama.
Right, so the Geibi line is the leftmost display, and we're taking the Kaisoku one-man. It's like a special limited express kind of thing to Miyoshi, which is a city in Hiroshima. You can see at this point on the line, there's maybe service around 30 minutes, according to that display. Maybe I can take a look at the timetable when I edit this, but yeah, on this part of the line, it's not awfully difficult to ride actually, because it's, I suppose, part of the commuter line around here, but where we're going, it's going to be a whole lot less busy. Oh god, this is very busy though here. The Geibi line and its services are typically split into 3 sections. The section we're currently riding is the part between Hiroshima and Miyoshi, and is the most used section of the line. The second is the section between Miyoshi and Bingo-Ochiai, a far less used portion of the line which often only gets around 3 or 4 trains a day. But it's the section after which is the least used of the whole line, stretching between Bingo-Ochiai and Nimi, receiving only 3 trains a day, one way. And within this section it's the part between Bingo-Ochiai and Tojo that's the least profitable, costing around 25,000 yen to run for every 100 yen it earns, often only serving around 20 passengers a day on average. And while it's the final section of the line we'll be focusing on for this video, I was pleasantly surprised by the beauty of this first section, which while starting up as a typical suburban commuter line, opens up into the mountains, providing some beautiful views. And as a sea of clouds comes and goes, we approach our first transfer point, Miyoshi City. Alrighty, and we've arrived at Miyoshi City, where we'll be changing trains. That train we're looking at over there, a very bright red train. So yeah, Miyoshi City, it's not really a very noteworthy city, to be honest. It's a junction point of 2 lines currently. It used to be 3, but one closed about 10 years ago. I think that used to be the most unprofitable one before it closed down. But yeah, now it's just 2 lines. There's not really much going on in the city. I like to call it a middle city because it's just kind of a city that exists, is kind of declining a little bit and nothing more. But anyways, before everyone else gets in, let me take this train to Bingo-Ochiai. Oh, it's a lot busier than I thought. So you see those 2 trains there also serve this route to Bingo-Ochiai station. I'm not sure if this is a somewhat special train, if the delivery is. I know they've been doing a bunch of various promotions and events to increase usage of this line, so maybe, just maybe, if we go to Bingo-Ochiai station, we'll have something there. Well, I won't get anyone's hopes up, but yeah, it'd be nice if that happens. After departing Miyoshi, much of the remainder of the Geibi line rests in Shobara City, located in northeast Hiroshima prefecture and home to around 32,000 people. Its main station, Bingo-Shobara Station, is also where any semblance of a regular train schedule vanishes, with only 4 to 5 trains a day in each direction. Despite this though, you'll notice the train is really quite busy, especially for a line I've called one of the least profitable in Japan. To explain why that is though, we'll first need to head to our next spot, Bingo-Ochiai Station. Bloody hell, and we're at Bingo-Ochiai Station. It was really busy. Honestly, it's absolutely crazy. And it is so snowy here, Jesus Christ. As someone who's living in Kyushu, this is a very weird sight. So this is definitely some sort of tourist train, because otherwise I don't think this line would be in such danger if it usually got these numbers. But you can see here, well, look at all this. Shobara City, that's where we passed. There's a lot of tourist stuff. I have no idea what's going on. All I know is that my train going beyond Bingo-Ochiai Station, which you can see right here, is going to leave in about 25 minutes. But I think there's a lot of like tourist stuff going on over here. And yeah, it's all just a bit crazy, to be honest. So I believe so. You can see here on track 3, I'm going towards the direction of Tojo and Nimi. I'll actually be stopping at both those stations in addition to one actual additional station. So, should I go see the train pull in, or should I go take a look at the station building? Ooh. And so here is the Kizuki-sen, the Kizuki line, which goes up to Shimane Prefecture. And I believe after the Geibi line, that is the second least profitable line operating in JR West right now. So yeah, this is technically a junction station, but it's a junction station for 2 of the least profitable lines. And I can see the train is pulling up, so I gotta go get it. Righty, lovely. So we'll be hopping on that train afterwards. First, I want to take a look at this station because, well, when else am I going to be here? So you can see we got to cross the tracks in an old school manner. Look at all this snow, that's awesome. And then pop back up here. So the trains to Kizuki would line up here, but as you can see on this timetable, only 3 trains stopping here. That's absolutely insane. It's insane. Oh, bloody hell. And then, yeah, in here, you can see there's all sorts of different pictures and memorials. Oh, look at all this. And if we pop outside, we can see the station building, which a lot of these station buildings are kind of, I suppose, their original design from the Showa period, which is very cool. But I think that's pretty much all we have to show of this station, to be honest. It's just a changing station. As I've mentioned previously, you'll see the line is really quite busy, far from what you'd think for the least profitable train line in West Japan. And that's because of the action taken by the locals to try and keep this line alive. In 2024, JR West initiated Japan's first ever Reconstruction Council with local communities to assess the viability of this part of the line and whether to explore alternative transport options. As a part of this, JR West agreed to introduce an additional train service on weekends until March 2026 to promote tourism and test whether increasing services may help the line's viability. As a result, what you'll see across this trip are locals pulling out all the stops to attract visitors and keep this line open, while it's during the weekday that the line goes eerily quiet. And as luck would have it, on my next train I just happened to sit alongside a local, Fukuoka-san, who's willing to talk on camera and share his thoughts and memories of the line. Oh, we're going to... これがあってちょっと残念ですね。あ、そう、あそこにもなんか。あ、そう、あ、あのビルは。そっか。
で、器は機材乗ってもいいようにプラスチックのカップでね。
はいはい。でも駅そばは今はちょっと珍しいですね。駅そばは結構レアですよね。
たくさんないですね。出てね、これ出たらね、
はい。
提供が3つあります。
おお、そっか。
変わってあげよう。
あ、いいですか。あ、失礼します。あ、すみません。あ、これも。
あ、そうそうそう。これ今日の昼食。出たら1本目のあれじゃない。これじゃねえ。そこへ温泉あるの。
あ、そっか。
ちょっとガイドしてあげよう。
お願いします。
私小学校頃ここに写真撮りに来てた。
じゃあ景色は多分結構変わりましたよね。
変わったよ。
あ、それお名前は？
私福岡って。福岡。
あ、福岡。あ、私が住んでる場所と同じ。福岡県の。私はブランドンです。ブランドン。そうそう。
ワインとジュースございまして、どちらの方飲まれますか？
あ、私ツアーでないけど。
ツアーじゃなくてもお配りしてますので、よろしければ。
ごめん。
大丈夫ですか？
飲みたいんだけどね。
あ、じゃあ
ドクターストップです。
おつまみだけでも大丈夫ですか？
あ、いいです。
いいですか？
あ、じゃあジュースでお願いします。
お待ちください。では後ほどお配りしますので。
あ、はい、お願いします。いや、まだ昼ですので、ちょっと酔っ払ったらちょっと。
そこ同い年友達がいるんだけど、みんなお酒飲む。私お酒飲めなくなる。飲んだらダメって。
日本ではなんか電車乗りながら飲むのは結構多いらしいですね。
一番ひどかったのをね、廃線になった線路があるんだけど、そこをもうなくなってみんな乗りに行った時に、ここにね缶ビールをねずーっと並べててで3本ぐらい並んだ時にもう3本飲んだんだって思ってたらリュックの中からねずーっと並べてて。
今でもやってる人がいるんですか？
飲んでる人はいると思います。
あ、これかな。
これ1本目。
お、はいはいはい。すごいいい景色です。
ただ 橋は、
うん。
周りの風景から言うと今のとこ下から見ると綺麗なんだ。
ああ、そう、はいはいはい。
2つ目はあまり面白くない。高いとこ通るだけまっすぐ。
今からかな。
でまっすぐ通ったら、
あ、はい。
次ジュースの方のお菓子になります。
ありがとうございます。
お待たせしました。
あ、
よりジュースになります。
ありがとうございます。
すごい。あ、これ2本目。
お、はいはいはい。
ちょっと高いところ。
うんうん
そしたらね、これ過ぎたらすぐ右進行方向右に
はい
こうカーブすって結構高いフォトスポットのところ、
あ、そうだ、はいはいはい。
見えると思うんだけどね。
うん。あ、そう、こういう
これ
か。
ここずーっと
そう、少し見える。
見える少し見える。
少しだけ見える。
これ私向こうの橋の付け根のところからSL を通るの写真撮ってる。
撮ったの？あ、絶対に絶景ですね。
登るの大変よ。
登ったの？
うん、山をこう登る。
写真の中やった
え？
写真の中やった
じゃあ写真乗り鉄の時に持って歩こう思ってもう意識があったんだけど撮ってるよりしっかり見て頭の中に叩くの街中の列車さで乗ると、こういった風景は見れないね。
はい、そう。ゲイビーさんはもうそろそろなくなると思いますか？
頑張ってね、なくならないようにしないといけないね。もう列車なくなると、バスにしますっていう。
はい。
バスの人乗る人少ないと、
そう、バスもなくなるよね。
そうすぐなくなっちゃう。
ありがとうございます。
この芸備線も今運休してる木杉線も、昔は急行走ってましたよ。夜行とかね。
結構人気でしたか？急行とか。
乗る人はやっぱり少ないけど、
はい。
夜中だからみんなこんなところに新聞引いてね。
はいはい。
いっぱいいるんだ。
搭乗駅で青いよね。ではまた搭乗駅で。
いや、1時50何分で帰るから。すれ違いだよ。
ああ、そうか。そうです、はい。
どこ行くんですか？
いや、見て回るだけ。ではまた。ここに入れても大丈夫ですか？はい、ありがとうございます。冷てえ。こんにちは。私一人か。
ようこそウェルカム。
ウェルカム。
どちらからですか？
私はイギリス人ですが、今福岡の方に住んでいます。バイバイ。いや、電車の中暑い。
暑い。
そう。
お腹は寒いですよ。でも風が冷たい。
いや、すごいです。まあ九州では雪は全くないので。
ああ、そうでしょうね。この前なんかね、この辺まであったから。
そうなんですか。
日曜日に。ずっとこっちにいらっしゃるの？
はい、そう。もう2年間ぐらいかな。
ああ、そうですか。
そう、福岡県の田舎でちょっと英語を教えたりするんです。
ああ、
はい。
なるほど。それで日本語上手なんだ。
ありがとうございます。で、ちょっと。
今日はまたなんでオヌカに？
いや、実はYouTube 動画でお腹駅を見て、なんかスーパーとかあったりとか、なんか。
スーパーあるけどなんもないよ。
で、少しなんか、まあしばらく次の電車までは。
そうですね、時間は帰るんじゃけ。
帰る？
まあ次は東条駅に行くんですが、はい。
見るとこもおるとこもで。
今ちょっと撮影中で大丈夫ですか？すみません、ちょっと。
大丈夫。
わ、すごい。オールドスタイルだ。
この建物は本当古いんでね。
いつ作られたかな？
昭和9年に建ててずっとそのままだから。
本当にすごいです。
お、猫の写真もいっぱいいっぱいありますね。
そうなんですよ。野良猫がね、
はい。
4年前ぐらいかな、
うん。
突然やってきて、
はい。
古猫と子猫と。で、男の古猫だったんだけど、なぜか子猫ちゃんをとても可愛がって、写真みたいに。で、
今でもいますか？
去年、一昨年古猫ちゃんは世へ行っちゃって。
はい。
で、今、ちっちゃい方はね、おるんですよ。
あ、そうですか。
さっきまであそこで日向ぼっこしてたけど、どっか行っちゃったみたいな。
まあ、猫はそんなことですね。わあ、
まあ何もないとこですが、ごゆっくり。
はい。では、まずちょっと写真撮らないと。
Alright, so I've gone off the first station on this part of the line, which is the least profitable part of this line. It earns around 100 yen for every 24,000 yen loss, or something crazy like that. And the reason why I got off, everyone seems to have just not believed I got off here. The people on the train, even the staff in the station were like, what are you doing here? There's not much here, but okay, welcome. And it's because I saw it on a YouTube video, kind of a news coverage thing. And it kind of just talked a little bit about how you had these people working here for like 40 years, manning the station. They're not technically JR staff, I don't think, but they just sell tickets and stuff. And I thought, oh man, just be a really cool place to take a look at it. And apparently I think it only gets around 2 people per day on average. So I have around 2.5 hours here, which is going to be very difficult because there aren't a lot of things to do apart from walking around. And back there is a supermarket actually, which I think I can get some lunch, which is very much needed, and just, sit down on some tables there or something like that. So I'm probably going to do that. But before then, let's just take a little walk around this area, which I believe used to be its own village or something like that. But there's not an awful lot left, as we'll see. So this was Iryohin Sabi Kesho, so clothes, makeup, and just various goods that used to be sold here. Doesn't seem awfully open anymore, unfortunately. Oh yeah, here you are. Wow, look how beautiful that is. Just peace and quiet, nothing but the wind and the sound of the water. Honestly, really gorgeous. I could probably just sit down on those steps for the whole 2.5 hours and just chill. This side's not too bad as well. Look at that. I imagine, yeah, this must have been the center of whatever village or town used to be here, because given just how densely packed a lot of these houses are, you get that sort of vibe for sure. Oh, look at that mountain over there. I'm sure that's probably some named mountain because it looks particularly high. If I can find it, I'll pop it on the video. Now, what a beautiful row of buildings. Identical designs with the Kawara roof tiles, and I forget what the fish thing is called. It means something, probably, I think. Wow, look at this. Look at this entrance. Just look at this building. Look at everything. Wow. That is really beautiful. And if you're wondering what that thing is, that's for water to slide down. I think it makes like a special sound or something. I might be wrong, but yeah. Wow, you can see the water reflecting from the gutters. I got a comment a few days ago saying I'm too easily impressed with things. I don't know, I think that's just a fun way to live. Oh, and Brandon is easily impressed by this cool stream of water as well. Look at that. And over there is a police station, okay. And what seems to maybe be a postal delivery service as well. And here you've just got more buildings. And you've got a dog. Cute little Shiba Inu, although let's keep our distance. It's probably on a chain for a reason. So if you're just wondering what we're doing, by the way, we're just basically circling back to the station because
I kind of went all the way that way. You remember the petrol station over there? Then circled all around here, and now we're back to where I am right now. So it's there's not much going on here, but I just wanted to get off one of the lesser used stations and just take in the atmosphere, really. And also I believe that supermarket again should have some food for us, hopefully, because I've got no food on me. あ、こんにちは。弁当とか売っていますか、ここでは。
あるんですけどね、なくなったんです。
ああ、なくなったか。
カップラーメンぐらいかな。
うん、カップラーメン。
カップラーメン。
でもお湯はありますか。
あります。
ああ、じゃあカップラーメンにします。ああ、はい、わかりました。
Our next stop is Tojo Station, the other side of the least profitable section of the Geibi line, and also the final stop before we enter Okayama Prefecture. Until 2005 it existed as its own town before it was merged into Shobara City. And due to its prior importance as a merchant town, it still retains some old Japan features, which we'll also be taking a look at.
Alright, and we're at Tojo Station. I picked this station because it seemed to be quite interesting. There seemed to be quite a few things to see, and it's also the end of the most unprofitable part of this line, the line that costs about 24,000 yen, I believe it was, for every 100 yen earned. So this is the end of that, although past here it's also not the most profitable line, let's just say. But yeah, what we're going to be doing is just taking another walk around. I've got 2 hours this time to wait, so not as bad as the 2.5, 3 hours of last time. And I think we have a bit more stuff to see as well, so let's exit the station and take a look. And you can see all sorts of pictures. And here's the waiting room. And as we walk out here, we have the actual station building. Let's see if I can get a better view of it for you guys. So we continue walking over down this way. There should be quite a nice historic street that we can take a look at. And you can see here, I believe, the same river that the train followed and that we saw in Onuka as well, and it's still very beautiful. So I believe the main street is down here. We can see from this map. We're right at the end of it, and as you can see from these pictures, there are all sorts of very picturesque buildings. So let's go take a look at that. Of course, these sorts of picturesque buildings are always very popular, but I like seeing them in these sorts of places where they're still somewhat being used and not at all busy. I am the only one, as far as I can see, walking. So a bit off the main path, we have a very much older looking bridge. Although I'm sure you didn't need me to tell you that, because you can see from how it looks. We have a very cool looking building side sign thingy there as well. The big old bike. Oh, look at this. I believe there was some attraction which was like, oh, you can look down and take a look at the rocks in the river or whatever. I'm not sure where that was specifically, but hey, this does look nice. It does, you know, give you kind of the impression of a slightly more run-down area, unfortunately. But that's kind of the reality of it. Oh, I believe here, these are all cherry blossom trees, sakura trees. So if you come here during spring, which for me, it's going to be in about, I guess here it'd be like 2 months, I suppose, 1.5, 2 months. This is going to look absolutely beautiful. If there's a picture online I can use, I'll show you, because I'm sure this would look absolutely gorgeous. Obviously, it's a bit overcast now as well, which doesn't help things, especially in winter. All right, so I've walked around Tojo for around an hour or so, and my impressions of that, it's quite a nice, cozy little town. It's got some very beautiful old buildings. It's got some nice lined streets. Probably come in spring is what I'd say, because you'll have the cherry blossoms. The weather will probably be a lot nicer because it's gotten a bit overcast here, and I think it'll just be a generally better time. But
So when I headed back to the station, I was actually able to talk to one of the locals who was participating in the promotion of the line and also runs a local factory in Tojo. He also has one of those charming Japanese websites that looks like it was made in the 90s and never really updated since. But anyways, while he was there, he showed me a few things around the station, including this old timetable showing how often trains used to come, and even remnants of markers showing you where to board limited express trains that used to go all the way to Hiroshima. All of this, in addition to my experience of the line over the day though, gave me the impression of almost a living museum of the local area, which, while very fascinating, didn't give me the impression of a line which can really realistically survive. Don't get me wrong, if it's able to keep going, that's great, but a line that's constantly looking to the past can't possibly have an awfully bright future.
いや、頑張ってください。はいはい、気をつけて帰ってください。また来てください。はい。
Wow, it's still going.
And we finally arrived at our final destination, Nimi. Although technically not the final station of the Geibi line, that was actually 2 stops before. This is where trains usually terminate. Alright, so we've made it to Nimi station, and wow, what a day. We've explored so much from the early morning all the way now to dusk. But yeah, I'll explore Nimi tomorrow. I've actually got another video planned, so I'll walk around and show you what this place is all about. But yeah, I hope you enjoyed this little travel along the Geibi line, a line that was actually kind of unexpectedly lively and kind of giving its all, I suppose, despite the situation, despite its probably immediate closure. And if you're interested, I'd recommend going as soon as possible, because especially during March, they usually amend timetables and you never know what might happen. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you for the next one.